this is actually happening for me. Like, it's actually coming off. It was like I remember going from like 320 to 310 to 300. And then the moment I hit 299, I remember standing there on the scale crying because I couldn't believe that I was actually under 300. Hi, it's Ileka. So yeah, I'm about to get into it. I'm gonna share about my loose skin, the fact that I am having this surgery tomorrow, and basically what's happened in my life that got me here, right? Because when we have these conversations, when we think about loose skin, um, yeah, I lost the weight about 6 years ago, and it took me a long time to decide to have the loose skin or skin removal surgery. And I'm going to talk about why it took me so long. And I'm also going to share some tips and things that I did to actually lose the weight, right? Like how I did it. Because for me, it was a natural weight loss, right? So let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Ileka. I am a mom of four who lost 120 pounds in about a year's time through healthy keto, um, really, really great workouts, and lifestyle changes and major mindset shifts, right? Kept it off for the last 6 years. Now I work with women to fuel their bodies so they can lose the weight while embracing those sexy curves. It's time to feel better, have more energy, love your body again. And using my Reclaim Your Curves methodology, we do this without giving up the lifestyle you love. So you get to travel, see the world, do all the things you want to do, and love your body, feel good, have the energy because you get to be healthy, right? No more tiptoeing in the doctor's office like, shoot, are they going to say that I have, diabetes or pre-diabetic or high blood pressure or whatever? Because you got it. You've been doing a great job for so long, and that's where we all get to, right? So first, I'm going to talk about the skin removal surgery. It's tomorrow. It's in less than 12 hours, right? And I'm nervous. I am. I'm a little nervous. So just a little bit about my story. If you don't know me, if your first time comes to this channel, right? Um, about 7 years ago, I decided that enough was enough. I had been overweight my entire life. I'd been on diets since I was 8 years old. That's when I first started my first diet. And I just knew I needed a change. I knew I needed to do something. I knew that now was the time to make that shift, right? I've been on so many. And so something in this time told me that this was it, that I was actually going to be successful this time. I don't know how I knew. I don't know why I knew. It was as if, well, I do know why. I realized in the moment that I was ready. I was ready to finally be serious. Like I had hired personal trainers before. I'd gone to gyms. I'd done, every fad diet in the world. I'd done all of that in the 30 years that I was dieting, or 29 years I was dieting. And then my 37th year of life, I was like, this needs to be it. It's time to be serious. So when I realized and truly believed that I could do it, when I realized I was actually ready, that's when the shift started to happen, because the first step is believing that you can, right? And so I believed I could do it, and I did it. So what I did was I started with, exercising. That was actually the first thing I started with. I was like, I'm gonna get to the gym. I'm gonna do something, right? So I started exercising, and then I found keto. I had tried something similar to it before. Like I tried this program called Ideal Protein, where they give you food and the food's all nasty, and so you just stick to that, and it's very restrictive, and you lose the weight, and you're like, yes, I did it, right? And just about everybody gains the weight right back. So I realized that wasn't the one for me, because again, even for me, that worked until it didn't. So what I did was I decided, let me try this different. So I began working with someone um, to like kind of help me stay accountable, right? Because I knew the accountability was a big part. And then I was going to a boot camp at the same time, and I was, and I started changing my eating, and the weight was coming off very fast. Um, I felt amazing. I felt like, oh my gosh, this is actually happening for me. Like, it's actually coming off. It was like I remember going from like 320 to 310 to 300. And then the moment I hit 299, I remember standing there on the scale crying because I couldn't believe that I was actually under 300. I hadn't been in so long, right? I mean, this was 2017. And I think the last time I'd been under 300 was probably, I don't know, 2014, 20, probably, no, probably before that. It's probably like 2010, right? So it was crazy. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, okay, I got under 300. And it just kept going. And I remember hitting 269. And so the reason why 269 is so big for me is because we all have that number. We all have that one number that we have struggled to get below for so long that our body hits the number and then it goes back up, right? And for me, that number was 269, 269 pounds. I never forget it. And so when I hit that number, I was like, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to get serious? Am I going to start playing, messing around, and messing up, which is what I always did before? Um, this time, I kept going. This time was different. This time I believed. And so it was like 259, 249, 239. I mean, and that's when I started the YouTube channel, right? I think I was 238 or something like that when I started the YouTube channel. I had already lost nearly 100 pounds. And I was just like, let's do this thing. Like, I want to share it with other people. I want to show you how you can do it too. Like, it became really important for me. And plus, I was feeling so good. My knees felt good, like they didn't hurt me more. Um, I had more energy. I could, I could, I could get on the plane without wearing a seatbelt extender. Like, that was a big deal for me. You know, I could go to my son's soccer game or football or whatever sport he was playing at the time. Kids play a million sports until they pick theirs. So I could go to his soccer game, let's just say, and I could walk down or even jog down to the field confidently, feeling good without being out of breath, right? And that was just like, I remember the moment I did that for the first time and feeling like, wow, like I haven't felt like this in years since I was playing basketball as a kid. Like, I hadn't been in a situation where I could run or jog for a second without being like, or even walk for a long time without being extremely out of breath. And so that moment was like, oh wow, you know? And it's like I was able to experience those moments. And so it's so funny because I have a client where she and I were talking the other day about her experiencing that moment when she made a mistake and jogged up the stairs, like she had to go get something that was upstairs. She'd forgotten it. She was downstairs already. And it was like she was headed out the door. So she ran upstairs and got it. And she said she was late, right? She was late for wherever she was going. She said she stopped for a second and was just like, oh my God, like I just ran up the stairs. She sat on the stairs and boohoo cried because she said the last time she ran up some stairs was probably 10 years earlier, you know? So just experiencing those moments, right? So, really, for me, it was sticking to that healthy eating, exercise, and the mindset shifts. And that's what I do for my clients as well. Hey, Aruka. I hope I'm saying that right because it feels like it's Aruka. But we're going to talk next week, so I'll find out. So, yeah, it just those moments that shifted. So for me, I remember I was down to 200 and like 9 pounds or 212 pounds or something. And I remember looking in the mirror and hating my body, literally hating it. I remember like, oh my gosh. I remember thinking, oh my gosh, why didn't the bottom of my stomach go down the way the top did? So if you've ever seen my videos, you'll see, and this is me being really transparent, you'll see that like you can always see the top of my stomach, right? You can always see right above my belly button. Um, and I usually wear compression leggings and things like that to cover that lower part. If you watch any of my early YouTube videos, you'll see where I did show that the lower part of my stomach. So what happens is people say to me all the time, like, why would you get skin removal surgery? You don't really have any skin to remove, right? You don't have excess skin. Like, and it's like, but I do, I just don't show it as much because I'd gotten to the point where I was comfortable with it. But before then, I wasn't comfortable with it. So no one ever saw it. I remember when I became comfortable with it, it was actually early in my YouTube days. Like if you watch my videos from like 2017, 2018, early 2018, you'll see me like pull down my pants, my compression pants, and see I show that bottom stomach. And for me, every day that I looked in the mirror at 212 pounds, and I'm 5'10, so I'm a taller person, and 4 C-sections, yes. Every time I looked in the mirror and saw that like bottom belly, that came from 4 C-sections, losing 120 pounds, and also a hernia repair that was not done well, I hated it. And then I'd look at my legs and my thighs and my inner thighs and all the skin there, because that's where my loose skin lives, is really my lower body, right? And I remember hating it. And this was like 2017, 2018. I was going to get skin removal surgery then. Like I made the plans, I started contacting doctors and all that stuff. And I remember deciding one day not to do it. And it wasn't like I'm never going to do it. I decided I wasn't going to do it then. And the reason um, that I waited 6 years was because I wanted to love the body I was in before I decided to change it. And just kind of let that sit for a second, because it's so important to love where you are. And I talk to my clients about this all the time, the ones who, my weight loss clients, about this all the time, where we talk about how you love where you are so that you can love where you're going. Because if you don't love you here, you're not going to love you there. And that's where I was. 2018, beginning of 2018, when I was at my absolute smallest. And I could have easily gotten skin removal surgery then, right? With a tummy tuck and all the stuff, right? I remember saying in that moment, like, no, if I get it now, I'm never going to be happy. I could easily be that person who goes and just gets surgery. Not, I don't see myself being that person, but who knows, who gets surgery after surgery after surgery because you're not happy with where you are. You can't love the body that you're in. You can't love the person that's in there. And I was like, until I can get to the point where I love the body that I'm in, wrinkles and all, loose skin and all, right? Then I need to stay in that body. And so I did some real work. And that's what I work with my clients on, is that serious, that serious work to love your body again, love where you are, love who you are in every stage. And so when I got there, when I truly, truly knew, like looking at myself in the mirror, naked, right? No clothes on, just full blown naked. And I got to say, I got to thank that lower belly, right? Because it helped me have 4 C-sections, 4 babies, right? 4 people that walk on this earth that came from me, that are just the most amazing people to walk on the earth as far as I'm concerned, right? And so that gave me this, and I'm okay with it. I love it. And I was like, and then I had to thank my legs, right? Not individual parts of my legs yet, but thanking my legs, because they allowed me to walk, jump, run. They allowed me to get up, get to my workout every day for a while. I at one point I was working out 6 times a week, 6 days a week. Allowed me to get up, get to my workout, and move for 45 minutes to an hour, right? Every day. So every bit of loose skin that's there, I get to thank it. I get to thank it for getting up and doing this for me and doing this with me, partnering with me on this journey. And so when I got to that point of loving my body, that's when I started like reclaim your curves because I was so confident and am so confident in the body that I'm in today, right? So because I'm so confident in this body, that's where now having this surgery tomorrow to remove the skin, that's where it felt like, ooh, am I ready? And not even a, am I ready? Like, yes, there's a little bit of concern and there's a little bit of nervousness for any surgery, right? But more when I took a shower this morning, I was in the shower and doing the normal, like washing my body, right? And the normal thing of lifting up the bottom of my stomach and washing under there and rinsing under there nice and clean so that I don't get another rash because I consistently get rashes and things like that under that piece, under that skin. And so I was washing it and I thought, this is one of the last times that I'll be lifting my stomach up to wash it. And even though that feels like a yay, oh my goodness, that's amazing. For me, there was also a little grief in that. There was also a little sadness in that. Like, this is a part of me, and it's always been a part of me. And so it's like, as weird as that sounds, it feels odd letting it go. And what's even funnier is in that moment of feeling odd letting go of that part of me, I thought about me at 300 pounds. And I thought about some of the women that I work with who have anywhere from 20 to 100 extra pounds to lose, right? And I thought about, that woman is also holding on to something, could potentially be holding on to something for comfort, for protection, for um, for safety, right? Like when I think about this skin, what am I holding on to it for? What is it protecting me from? Why does it make me feel safe? And I have those same conversations with these ladies every single day. Like, is the weight actually keeping you safe? Is it actually protecting you from anything? Like, what could it possibly protect you from? And so I had to literally have that conversation with myself. This skin isn't protecting me from anything. And it's time to let it go. It's time to release it. So tomorrow, I'm going to the doctor and I am having this skin removed. So it's going to be, what I'll be doing is I'm getting a full blown, like they're going to, I think they call it a something plastic. It's like panio. It starts with a P. It's like a panko something. I don't know. Doctory terms, right? So it starts with a P. It's some panko, blah, 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 right? And so that basically means they're going to cut off the stomach um, or cut off the extra skin down here because it's causing rashes and things like that, right? So they're going to cut that off. And then they're going to look and see if I need any tucking, some of the sewing of my stomach based on, for kids, how's my stomach contracted or whatever, right? Do I have diastasis? They're going to do all that, right? And then after they do the stomach part, they're going to flip me over and they're going to do a lower body lift. So basically, they're going to cut the skin off of my back, and pull up. And it's going to be amazing. They're going to pull it up. So I no longer have rolls back here because I've done videos before where I talk about, one of the main things I wanted to do when it came to this weight loss was to get rid of the back rolls, right? I got so tired of them. And so they're not, they've done really well up top. But again, right below that belly button area that's where the loose skin lives, so they're going to cut that off and pull it up. So it's like a lower body lift to bring that back to, I don't know what it's supposed to be. So I'm excited about it, but I do have some nervousness because of, just the thought of, wow, like it's going to be gone for good. The skin is gone for good. It's gonna be odd. Like I don't even imagine like how it's gonna feel to wash, to wash my body. Um, the other thing I'm nervous about is the pain. Every single person I've talked to who's had tummy tuck, or skin removal or lower body lift is like, oh my gosh, the pain. So that makes me nervous. I'm like, this time tomorrow I'll be in pain. Like that's what I know. And so that makes me nervous. Let me know what questions y'all have about the skin removal or about my journey in general, right? I've got 3 minutes left. So we can really get into it now. No, yeah, it's this process has this has been 7 years of my life, right? 7 years of my life where I lost the weight a year, in a year's time. So 2017, I lost 100 pounds, right? Like if I showed you the pictures of me at the beginning of 2017, you'd be like, yeah, right. So I lost 100 pounds in 2017. And then, basically kept it off for the last 6 years and had been contemplating the skin removal surgery for 6 years. Like literally would watch videos almost daily of like, oh, keto. What were the videos? Oh, I'd be watching videos of like, I want to of people of those mommy makeover surgeries, right? Like Dr. Miami and Dr. this and Dr. that, just doing those surgeries, and I was like watching them pretty much daily for at least 2 of those years. Um, and just nervous, just not sure if I wanted to do it. Knowing, no, I don't want to say that. I knew I wanted to do it. I wasn't sure how it would work or if I was ready. And now I know that I'm ready, mentally prepared for it. I know that I know that after the surgery I'll still keep the weight off, right? Because that was also a concern of mine. I'd seen so many like TV shows and even people that I knew who'd gotten the skin removed or got a tummy tuck or whatever they did and started gaining the weight back. And that I did not want to do. I'm like, my skin is the kind of skin that will easily shrivel back up, right? So I was like, I got to keep this weight off. And I wanted to make sure that I could. So part of me waiting the 6 years was ensuring that I could keep the weight off for good, that I knew how to shift the mindset, my mindset in order to keep the weight off. And once I realized that I could do that, once I had the tools and the skills to do it for myself, I began helping so many other women. So at this point, it's been over 700 women that I've helped, achieve their health and wellness goals, achieve their fitness goals, lose the weight, keep it off for good. Like it's it's not an easy process. So when I say it's not an easy process, I don't mean the eating and the exercising. That honestly is easier than anyone thinks. I had a retreat this weekend where it's called Reclaim Your Curves, right? And I host this retreat twice a year. So I did one in May, which was this past weekend, and I'll do it again in October. At the retreat, like I showed ladies how to get a simple workout in 25 minutes tops, right? A good workout in 25 minutes. And you feel good without doing all the jumping and all the extra stuff, right? I don't mind doing the jumping, but not everybody, folks that I work with don't always want to be doing the jumping. So I showed them how to get that workout in without doing the jumping. Showed them how to eat, right? We were eating great meals all weekend long. It wasn't like we were working out 24/7. We literally worked out in the morning for 25 minutes. That was it. Then we had great meals all weekend long. So we're eating. It wasn't like nobody was hungry, right? Because we had food galore. Um, and we hung out together and I taught like different tools and things like that and strategies around nutrition, movement, and self-care. So I say all that to say the nutrition and the movement are relatively simple when done right and effectively, right? Like we don't have to be out at the gym an hour and a half, which is what I did at the beginning because that's all I knew, right? We don't have to be at the gym an hour and a half every day to lose weight and have effective workouts. So I teach how to do it simply, right? How to do it, do get basically how to use your time wisely. in the gym, right? Or at home doing a workout at home. So we did that. And then I taught how to eat, right? How to eat, how to use the strategy so you shift your relationship with food. Because when you shift the relationship with food, eating is simple, it's easy, it's normal, and you can do it any day of the week. Then we really hit into the self care and the shifting up here. That that's the prize. That is where it can be tougher depending on the person because we get to find out, we get to dig a little deeper and get an understanding of what's the weight for, right? Like, what's the job of the weight? Who is it helping? Who is it hurting? Who is it protecting? Why does it keep coming back? Because it has to have a job, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't keep coming back. If you think about you going to work, if you have, if you go into an office, maybe you own the building, whatever, right? If you go into an office every day, or even going to the office in your house, right? That's me going to the office in my house, right? Going to the office because I've got a job to do. So I keep coming back to my office. You keep coming back to your office and going back to your office because you have a job to do. It's the same thing with the weight. The weight keeps coming back because it has a job. Once we identify what that job is, then we can reassign it. And now keep the weight off for good this time. Like, and that's how and why my clients work with me because we identify the job, we reassign the job, and now the weight stays off for good. And so that's what we do, right? And so that's the thing that has to shift. So once I shifted that for myself, then I was able to help clients shift it for them too. And the game was changed. So that's the thing. So that's my story, right? Oh, that's my family. They're calling me, so I'm about to go offline now for a bit. Anyways, so thank you all for joining. I wanted to make sure I shared that with you all so that you understand, that you can do it too, right? If you need help, if you're feeling like, oh my goodness, I want to do this and it's not, I'm not sure if it's going to work for me and blah, blah, blah. You've got all the stories, right? I'm going to say, I'm going to give you something to strive to. Um, I've got a program called Reclaim Your Curves, right? And it's a membership program. Oh my God. It's a membership program. And you can hop on in the membership, right? It's a no-brainer price, but you're getting the opportunity to actually like have daily accountability. So it's going to be guidance, um, accountability, and community, right? Those three things will help you achieve your goals every day of the week. And that's exactly what we're doing in reclaimyourcurves.com. So you can go in here, sign up, and get started, right? The next group starts on May 22nd. So sign up now because we are only taking another 15 people right now. And more than 15 people are going to see this video. And also, I talked about it yesterday in a masterclass. So if you're ready to actually reclaim your curves, get your life back, feel better, have more energy, and improve your health for good this time, this is for you. All right. So I'll see y'all in a few days. I'm going to take the next few days off while I recover from this amazing surgery. And I wish you all the best, many blessings. And I'll see y'all next week. All right. Take care.
Don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to watch my mom's next video.